Oh God, the stage is open, Vaughn. You want me to give you my hand and walk up the stairs? There you go. Hi. What you doing? Taking the kids?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sound like you're in a good mood. You had your coffee?
No, I don't drink coffee first thing in the morning. I drink coffee like mid morning.
Oh shit.
I have my
You know,
my green drink first thing in the morning. Spirulina, moringa powder, collagen, some liquid iron, and vitamin D3. That's what I have first thing in the morning.
you guys send me that ritual. The ritual.
I got you.
I want to be. I want to have saggy titties.
Nigga, what? Nah, it gives me a little bit of a boost of energy, but I end up getting hungry halfway through the morning, and that's when I'll have my coffee. But I get hungry like 9 o'clock.
So I usually eat one a day. I'm about to start eating like four or five a day. Four,
I eat like twice a
three to
day.
four a day.
I have like a late breakfast. I have dinner, lunch, dinner, like late afternoon, and then I don't really do
I have
anything
like a
after.
yeah, I have something like late afternoon and like kind of like snack during the day, so I can have
Mm,
energy. Yeah,
you might need to switch
I'm
it
gonna.
where people do. It's like different ways people eat. I've seen where they have like bigger breakfasts and then they just teeter
Yeah.
off, or they'll do smaller breakfasts and then have a bigger dinner. Like how you said you snack throughout the day.
Mhm.
They'll do like fruit throughout the day, nuts and stuff
Mhm.
like that, and then they'll have
That's
a
what I do
real
right
big
now.
dinner. Yeah.
I'm eating some grapes right now. I weigh like
Mm.
190, 91
I
pounds.
weigh more than you.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not
But
like I tell people my weight, and then they be like, "You don't look like you weigh that much." That's because I have a
you
lot
weigh
of muscle.
200?
I weigh 195. I used to power lift for like 2 years before I got pregnant with my youngest.
Oh shit. So what you like? What 5'10"?
Nope, I am 5'3".
You was powerlifting, niggas?
I was powerlifting in the gym. I used to. I was trying to get into bodybuilding, and I was doing it for like 2 years. And then I met my ex, and then that nigga was like, "I'm taking you off the market." So that was gone downhill. But I still have a lot of my muscle mass. Like my legs are very muscular, my arms are still very muscular, which I hate because they look big, but they're not big. It's muscle.
Get some stuff that got more estrogen in it, so you can lose all of that. Get 10 minutes.
Say what?
Get some stuff that have like a lot of estrogen in it,
Mm, I be scared
so
about
you get rid of
taking
that muscle mass.
hormones. I don't like artificial hormones.
Albert, what's up, Albert?
I don't even do like hormonal birth control. I don't fuck with none of that. Good morning, Albert.
I was thinking, should any married people be on the stage when I have this title? Because lately IRL been saying things like that of married people's business. I'm sorry, eating
Wait,
the
they
grape.
said that?
That's what they be saying. We be hitting on recordings.
I don't be listening to recordings. I don't have time for that.
Well, not even a recording. I recorded. It was a replay. They own replays. I'm like, yeah, the married people's business. Wow.
I mean, that's fair because I made when they had just the voice notes on here before they brought the rooms back. I made a
Yeah.
voice message saying that married people need to stay out of single people business. That's why Dr. Mel unfollowed me. She got mad.
I don't see no. You don't have to. What Mary don't make you no different. If you ask me,
I'll be
Being
right back.
married.
it's not no different than being with somebody. Commitment is commitment. You know.
How about I said the same thing and they said no. And bro, you know my mother told me? She said, you know your problem, Shawnee? I said, what, ma? Always treat these women like your wife and don't put a ring on their finger. That's what she said to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Mom, what's the difference? A commitment is a commitment. She said, yeah, but you giving them too much access to you. So in my mind, I'm gonna treat a lady like I treat like you're supposed to treat a lady. If you my lady, so that means if we moving with each other, I'm gonna put you in a car. I'm gonna give you my bank account. I'm gonna like authorized user. You're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have a lot of access to me and stuff like that. But as soon as that shit go left, all that changes. So that's why I said the paperwork only ties them to your wealth at this point, or tie each other to each other's wealth. because you already know that we can do a lot of common law shit where we don't even have to go through the court system. Perhaps it comes down to the ceremony and stuff like that, and just get certain documentation, bonding contracts and stuff like that. You tell me if I'm wrong, Doc.
Well, it's gonna hurt you in about 15 years because
Why?
if something happened to either you, your next of kin gonna take whatever you got left, and probate gonna take the rest. That's the importance of the license. Now you can commit to each other without a license, but
Hmm.
the marriage protects you, especially if y'all got children involved. It's a blended family. You bringing
Right.
children, she bringing children, or if you guys want to have a child, you need a marriage license to protect them because when you start getting insurance, making investments, you got trusts and all that kind of shit going on, 401ks, retirement money. You need an official document, man. That license protects all that stuff, man.
So,
The
so you
commitment and
basically
stuff come
saying
way before that anyway.
right, but you saying that all that paperwork is under the marriage license, and you don't have to go through. You don't have to go through like the specific procedures for different licenses. All those licenses fall under marriage. They did the work for you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you can. When I was young, I was all into the Moorish Science Temple. I was Temple. I was a Grand Sheik. I did all that shit, bro. All that
I think.
common law marriage shit. I did all of it,
Yeah.
and that shit. It's certain parameters that paperwork's not gonna cover. That marriage license is gonna cover because if you associated with another
Wait, get
family,
rid of that
man,
pink ticket.
your children can come in and take the life insurance beneficiary money that is due to the wife. Like you gotta be real careful with some things. Now the legal paperwork can cover some things, but it's not gonna cover the other
Morning.
things that the marriage license cover.
Peace and
Good morning.
blessings.
Salam alaikum.
What's up, folks? What up, Yay? What up, Al?
Give me that pink ticket, man. How the hell you got a pink
What
ticket,
up?
That's what
my
I'm
What
brother?
up?
saying.
That's
I
crazy.
saw. I was like, hold on. I know I don't have no pink ticket. I don't know what. I think. I think
So
Clubhouse glitched out.
disrespectful. Morning, Andrea.
Good morning. Today I want you to call me Andrea.
Andrea, I'm sorry. I got an auntie Andrea. You know what I'm saying? Sorry. Sorry.
I just had to mess with you.
I'm sorry, Andre. Because you call me Yee, I'm gonna be like, my name is not Yee. Yo, where do people get Ya
You was
from and
crazy.
Yee?
Yeah.
I'm like,
you
where the
know,
A at?
you
Freak.
know, I've never
Go
really
in,
made
go
a
out,
big
go out.
deal about my name. I've never made a big deal about my name at all. I've been called
No, but you
everything
checked me
else
a
all my
few
life.
times. You checked me a few times.
Never made a real big deal. Always playing about it. Other people say, "Hey, can you just call her Andrea, please? Her name is Andrea. Can you call her Andrea?" But no, I
Bootlegger,
never.
go out, come back in with that pink ticket, man. You're not about to get a mob badge look like I'm a
Yeah. I'm trying
stranger.
to. I'm trying to find the hallway so I don't lose the room first, and then I'm gonna dip out and come in. I gotta find it.
Copy link. But yeah. So I hear what you're saying. But all right, so let's ask the big question now. Why do singles act married before?
I can answer that question. It's very simple. It's only one of two options. You either single or you married. There ain't no in between for me. And that's my world though.
What does that look like?
Good morning, y'all. Maybe they're trying to fake it till you make it. You know that saying? Fake it till you make it. So maybe that's the mentality behind it. Who knows?
Hmm. That would make more sense though. Really, it will. Fake it till you make it. Hopefully you get there, but most times 10 years go by and nobody's home. It's all over.
That's a
Rodrigo?
fact.
And you know
What's
what?
your
It's like
question?
going to the it's like the NBA versus the playground. You can go out there on the playground and ball out, but it don't really mean shit. And you know it don't mean shit. When the game is over with, you ain't gotta go practice. You ain't gotta go make sure your body's straight. You just know go do
Right.
what the fuck you doing and then come back next weekend. Versus if you really go to the NBA, no, you gotta take that shit serious. You gotta practice every day. You can't be like Ivo and be like, nigga, we talking about practice, everybody ain't Ivo, right? So that's why motherfuckers play married as opposed to actually get married. They don't really want to go to the NBA. They just want to play on the playground.
Oh shit, that's very disrespectful. Who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Everybody help me ping up. Help me ping up the room. That was very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. What's up, Kyla? Rico, you heard what he said, Brody?
Yeah, I heard what he said. I heard what he said.
Get rid of that pink ticket, Kyla. Why you got a pink? Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, please get rid of the pink ticket. Good morning.
Let
How
me
are you?
see. I have to. Okay, hold on.
I almost ate that damn grape food on the floor. Shit.
If
Bootleg. That was the most disrespectful shit I've ever heard in my life.
Wow, why? What I say disrespectful? Yay, Rico, break it down what KB broke.
these are once again, and this is my personal opinion. These are people value judgments that they put on other people. There's if the marriage rates are what they are, and there's people that's cohabitating every day in the most part, because these people not living alone. Most people are in some type of domestic partnership or relationship with somebody in an apartment, a studio, a single family home, or I don't know, wherever they living at together, a closet, damn car, a damn, maybe they in a camper or a U-Haul, or maybe they ass in a, I don't know, sleeping at a parent's house. Maybe they at their damn in-laws house in a mother-in-law suite. I don't know, but those people in their mind, that's what they're doing. They nobody. I've never walked in a mall or a restaurant and seen two people and had somebody say, "Hey, are you guys married? You seem to be like you like I'm just wondering, are you guys married?" I've never seen two people shopping together. They got a baby in a stroller, and somebody say, "Hey, now you got a baby. Did you have that baby out of wedlock? I'm gonna need you to provide some type of paperwork or proof or something to show me that you like. I've never been in an office spot and a woman ran there and say, "Oh, mom, here come my baby coming. Oh, is that your husband or is that just a guy you're like?" No, it's no, it doesn't happen in real life. It doesn't happen in real life. In fact, I personally believe, and I'm gonna land here, that the people that do get married, a lot of them, not all, I always put it in a few brackets. One, I believe is religious. So to me, people that are like heavily religious, even on the Islamic side, Christian side, those principles push people to be married, which I think is great. And I think a lot of this also comes from pressures, internal pressures, i.e., family members, just the way things are done, just the way our family does it. If you want to date her, this is what you have to do. It comes from that side. And the third thing I think comes from is when women, without directly saying it, say, "Hey, you know what? I've been dating you for this long. Unless we gonna do something, I'm out of here." Like if I'm not gonna get any serious commitment, I'm out of here. And I think within those three total buckets is where most people fall in line on the marriage tier, which I think is, whatever more, I'm not judging. I'm just saying to other people, especially on this application, it's like, okay, marriage is great, it's beautiful, but why do you guys put such a, like you put like such a like, oh well, like a value judgment. It's like if a millionaire came in this room right now and said, "Y'all shouldn't talk because y'all haven't made the money that I made. So unless you can show me and prove to me that you got to be where I'm at in society, because society says that because I have accumulated this most wealth, my words are more powerful than yours. So y'all should just all stay on mute and let me talk." It makes no sense. It's like someone that found the person that they wants to marry is a beautiful thing. But because two people didn't decide to do it, they still love each other nevertheless. And I'm not arguing for either side. For you to say they're just playing around or they don't truly care about each other or else they would have got married, to me is just a crazy ass thought. That's all I got to say about that.
I don't think that they don't care about them. I think they do. They care about them a lot. I think it's a lack of boundaries. They want something, they're hoping for something, they're hoping for the final commitment. And so they'll take what they can get at this time in hopes that it will get the commitment that they really want. Because I don't know that there are very many women that don't want to be married, especially women. Okay. And I think that likewise with men, I think men want to be married. However, they're afraid, of things that they may lose, i.e., finances and things of that nature. Some people are doing it for survival reasons, right? Two incomes in a household is better than one income in a household, right? So they're doing it for survival. They're doing the things, they're having children, they're doing all the other things that you do in a marriage, right? They haven't exchanged the rings. And I think just recently, and I'm going to look it up in a minute, I think Trump put something together for that, didn't he? For those that are, I think let me look it up right quick. I think he put some type of bill or something in place for those that are actually common law again, doing common law type relationships. I think he put something in place for that. Let me just check. Let me confirm. And I don't judge, at the end of the day, it's not something that I've ever done. Never lived with a person that wasn't my husband. And I probably never will, but that's just based on my beliefs and my boundaries and where I come from. Especially if you think about now, I have children. So I don't want to just bring people into the household that's not there to stay per se. And I would think the commitment to stay would be that of marriage. That thing, there's a whole lot more that holds you there in a marriage, just the duty in itself.
What you think, Kyla?
Um, I think Miss Andrea has a point. I think that people do too much, or they act married before marriage because they want to try to lock in their spot or prove their worthiness. You know what I'm saying? Of the marriage, hopefully to get to the ring, I would say, or the entitlement. I don't know. They'll try to. I don't know. Like I think they'll confuse love with like a sacrifice, or assume if I do all of this stuff, marriage is guaranteed. And I do think some people have the desire to fantasize or play husband and wife, play house. A lot of people like doing it. I don't know why, but when it comes to being serious, I don't. I don't think that the commitment wise, because we hear all the conversations of where people want to stop when it comes to jumping the broom, but actually standing at the broom. I think they just kind of fantasize the marriage thing or want to get the ring. I know a lot of women that idolize and fantasize about that. So, but it doesn't mean that you'll always get the ring because you do this, this, and this. It has a sense of entitlement to it. So I do believe that a lot of singles act married before marriage, and then you got some women, they're wives. So they're always going to, they were raised to, just cater to the person that they have chosen to lead them. So it depends on the person. So yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
think people pretend this. They do the the pretend marriage where they do everything except sign a marriage license and do the ceremony and things like that. Because there's no accountability. There's nobody
Wow.
to come in and say, "Hey, you're married. You need to govern yourself accordingly." When you know what I'm saying, when they're doing everything else, because when you get married, I don't know if people realize it, but all of those people that you invite to your wedding that stand up with y'all before God and watch y'all say I do, they are also part of that covenant. I don't know if y'all realize that. So that's why there's a level of accountability there, because if y'all fuck this up, I stood here with y'all as y'all said I do. So now I got to make sure that y'all don't fuck this up. But if you're not married, there's nobody to come in and say, well, that's your wife. You need to, what I'm saying, or that's your husband. You need to do what you're supposed to do. You could just easily say, I'm not married to this person. And you're getting all the other perks. You got somebody to live in with you. You got somebody to play house with. They'll sign these power of attorneys to have the legal side, but there's no covenant bond.
Where's
Sounds
all
some
those people?
sounds some Gullah Geechee shit.
Yeah,
Nah.
where's all those people when these divorces happen that you say that they violate this covenant? I never see these people around when these people go through these marriages in. I never see these people that was at these so-called church proceedings being involved
Supposed to
inside
They're
the
be.
supposed to be,
Well, most
Rico.
people,
I get it. I get it.
well,
I get
well,
it.
we have to
Supposed to be.
realize also, Rico, that most
I
people don't get
hold
married
on,
in
hold on.
churches anymore.
I
Most
get
people
it.
don't get married in
I
churches
get it.
anymore.
I'm supposed to be a billionaire right now. I'm supposed to be. I'm supposed to be. That's what I'm supposed to be. But what's supposed to happen and what's actually
So,
happening? The thing is, and this is my whole problem with y'all speaking points, is you don't walk through a when you go to a ceremony, you don't walk through a portal and you change. You are who you are. You've been dating, you get married. There's nothing y'all would have people. Y'all would have people believe that this is magical force field. That as soon as you say these vows, somehow you warp into this other. You don't. You're the same.
Rico, what is
Oh,
good this
hold on. This is
morning?
crazy. This is nonsense. Yes, we got yes. It may have a more respectable sense in society. It may be a stronger commitment in societal standards. But the same people that was dating that got married yesterday, if I talk to, I'm talking to the same person. The same woman that was engaged or married, whatever, I'm talking to the same woman. That woman hasn't changed. That woman moral standards is the same way. That woman's respectability, how nice she is, she ain't changed because she just got married in June and she went to a honeymoon. When she get off the plane and land, she the same person. She the same person. Just that they have those two people have upped their level of commitment to each other. That they, the fact that y'all think that you, when you get married, somehow you walk through some type of portal and you become like this, like supernatural being, it's just crazy to me. You guys, but in essence, don't know, in no neighborhood in America, no single income neighborhood in America, can you drive down the street and point to me at a house and say, well, they're married, they're not, they're married, they're not, they're married, they're not. You don't know. In fact, I would argue that fact that the people that may be living in this house may be more in love than the people that's married inside that house. The thing is that what y'all keep trying to push this as, and if you that's short, if you want to, that's cool with me. You can't force this obligation on someone. The pillars of it will come full circle when what it's meant to do actually becomes what it's meant to do. If you say that two incomes in a household is better than one, and that's the reason why you're married, to me, that's not going to last. If you say that we're just going to get married because I had a child, that's not going to last. No matter what you think it is, to me, stop blaming marriage because the institution has fallen apart, because people have taken it and used it for what's advantageous to me. I'm not against marriage. I'm against the people that's using it and weaponize it in the wrong way. I understand that's what women want. But if that's what you want, you have to become the woman that a man wants to give that to, not because you feel entitled to it, not because you feel like if I don't get this, then I'm going to cry and take my ball and go home. That's not how it works. If you want to get that, go get it. But you can't come on, to me, you come on stages and say, well, men are going to do the thing that they feel like this is the woman I want to give that to. And if it's predicated on anything else but the fact that's the way he feels obligated, he feels pressured. You gave him a timeline. He trying to do it out of sense of obligation to the children. You're only going to have it for a minute. And once those things run its course, it's eventually going to dissolve because it's not founded on the thing that it should be. Anytime you take something, you shake it up, you turn it upside down, you water it down from its original purpose on what it was intended, and you make it something else, eventually that thing does not have the same structural strength that it has. And currently, in these days and time, marriage is an advantageous thing that women look for to try to gain security because they're perfectly happy in the relationships that they're in. But because they want to put the legality attached to it, which I'm perfectly fine with, but it still must be predicated on the original purpose. And that's the fact that we're two people that care about each other, that want to do life with each other.
Rico, can I ask you a question?
Only one. I got
The
only
portal.
one. I'm not a therapist, so I'm charging too.
So something that you said early on in your submission was you could ride down the street and you don't know if this person is married or that person is married, which I agree with. My question is, do you think that there is a difference between the people that are shacking up long term or short term, but the people that are shacking up and the people who said I do? What's the difference?
No, and you're disrespecting those people by categorizing that way. You have just disrespected those people. Those two people that love each other. They're doing life together because they didn't go to doing whatever you feel like is your standard for being serious. They're shacking up. Those people have houses. Those people have things they're doing. I could put a married couple of them in the same room. You can't tell me who the different couple is. You don't know. In fact, you only know, and most of you guys that are wearing these wedding rings are still some of the most unfaithful people that they are. You guys are approached more so than people that are single. It ain't some of these people that you so-called shacking up. That's the problem in the dating market. It's a lot of you married people, not you guys on the stand, talking about the married community that's intermingling, that got some like problems going on. This is the bad PR that's bringing on the institution. It ain't these single people. You go to some of these strip clubs and some of these places and after our, you know who in there? A lot of married people in there. Not a lot of these so-called shacking up people in there. No, 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 no. A lot of these people are very happy with the person that they with because you take your value judgment and say that, oh, who's happier? What make you think people that are married are happier? What make you think that the person just because they like that she's right now? If I put a wedding band on and go anywhere, what you gonna do next? You gonna ask me to show you like my paperwork too? You gonna be like a policeman, pull me over and be like, show me your documentation? Where does it stop? Where does this whole idea that you guys want to run this thing through the ringer and make it like this thing? I get it. Black people want marriage. We want to bring it back to the 60s and 70s where we had these over the 61, 65%, whatever it was, marriage rate. I think that's great. The only way to do that is to get the people that's involved to stop looking at it as a come up. It has to go back. Ye speaks about women being feminine, like we all do, being feminine, being submissive, being all these things. Why don't women groups talk to women that way instead of using it for the other side, Dr. Vaughn? Hey, you men ain't doing nothing unless y'all. You think that's going to pressure these young men around into the altar? Y'all think that's going to work? Y'all think it's
So,
going to have any
but Rico,
viability?
what you're doing is you're
No,
assuming that every person that goes into marriage, man or woman, is going in with the mindset that it's a
no,
come up.
no, no.
That's a
Wait a
big
minute.
assumption. You can't, no, but that's what
Wait
you
a
just
minute. Hold
said. You
on.
said
Relax.
people have to, hold on. You said people have to stop seeing it as a come up. I don't think that most people that get married are
Okay,
seeing it as this
relax.
come up, that they're
Okay,
opportunists.
relax. Because what this happens every time in these conversations. You guys have to cut it out. Social media. I don't care what you guys say on this app. When it comes to, keep in mind, Dr. Vaughn, I'm speaking to a younger demographic of people. A lot of you middle-aged people are never going to get married, in my personal opinion. Younger people, wait a minute, social media is stronger than you are. I don't care if you say I'm a mom, a dad, social media right now. And what happens? They follow every move celebrities make. So when an athlete divorces his wife, when an entertainer divorces his wife, when they see, it doesn't matter that they don't attribute that to real life. That is their controlled narrative. That is what they talk about within their social groups as young men. I don't believe people use it for a come up. But the narrative is, Dr. Vaughn. Remember, I'm thinking about a younger generation. They have to turn the tide. To them, it doesn't have a good PR. There's no people that they see in the hip hop community that they see that they idolize for the most part that have successful marriages that they look up to. Rappers, actors, entertainers for the most part are not speaking to young people in the sense like this is the way to go. So they always see it under the lens of this woman say, go get the bag, and girl, don't marry him if he ain't got X, Y, and Z. And if this Negro ain't doing this, ain't no way. Didn't we just have the woman that laid out the contract? That laid out the contract of her bills that said, if you want to date me, this is what it costs to date me. You think young people don't see that? You think the people that's on Instagram, not the people not talking about this in barbershops, they not talking about this at the corner stores, they not talking about this within the college communities on the campus. You think they
So,
shielded away from this? That's
So,
crazy.
so Rico, how many 20 somethings do you on a day to day basis actually speak to about marriage and relationships?
I don't have to. The internet does it for me.
Okay, so the reason why I ask that is because I do, right? And specifically young women, the joys of being in a sorority, right? In a college town. So these young women are intentionally not having babies. I'm talking about the 18 to 24, 25. They not having these babies. They not trying to get married until they're serious. They're not seeing marriage as this come up, like you say. I actually was talking to a young girl the other day, and she was saying how somebody tried to convince her to do exactly what you're saying, and it was an older person. It wasn't a younger person. What you're describing are 30 somethings that are thinking this way. The younger crowd is not thinking the way that you're describing.
The sororities are the worst. The
Hold
Deltas
on,
are the
buddy.
worst
Hold on,
ones.
buddy.
The
Don't throw
the
all of
divine
us under the
nine.
bus.
Hold
Wait
on.
a minute.
The divine nine are the main ones talking about what fun, like they some of the biggest gold diggers
No,
around.
no, no.
Get out
But
of
it
No,
has
here.
nothing
no.
to
Get
do
out of
with
here,
them being
man.
a gold digger, though, Rico. You can't say that because there are some men who also look for financial security as well in
What
women.
men are
Okay,
searching
it's
women for
oh,
money?
hold on.